Hello everyone! Today's video is Robert Downey Jr. and I started out with, again, a very vague outline of him, and I forgot to map out the shading first, so let's pretend I did that first. The light source is predominantly coming on the right side of his face, so it was darker on the left side. And I kind of just started out with doing half of his face shading. Don't know why, I just decided to do that. And after the shading, I went back to his eyebrow and his eye. Now, I know I said in last week's video, but I really do enjoy drawing eyes. All the detail and shading is just so much fun. Something I found interesting about him is that he is related to Harry Connick Jr. I remember Harry Connick Jr. in a later episode of Cheers, where he is obsessed with the character Rebecca. I'm a trivia nerd, so I thought it was cool. Now, the angle of his nose was interesting to try and draw. I actually had two separate reference photos to go off of, which was really helpful in solidifying the shading. And watching this now, I am so intrigued at how adding in the shading underneath his right nostril really made his nose just like pop off the page. Shading is such a wonderful thing. Way back when, like well over 10 years ago, I was kind of binging Robert Downey Jr. movies. This was before streaming, so I had to go out to a video store and rent his movies. And one of them, which I wanted to watch, was Gothica. And it was very difficult to find. Like, there was only one video store in my hometown that had it. So I went and picked it up. I watched it, and it scared the heck out of me. I'm a huge wimp when it comes to scary, suspenseful movies. And we all know that's where he met his lovely wife. They are such a cute and wonderful power couple. Having moved on to his lips, I was starting to doubt myself, thinking that maybe it wasn't going to turn out well. It wasn't until I added his mustache and beard that I started seeing him more. I am a novice at drawing, and I'm doing this as a hobby to hopefully improve as I go. So sometimes these pictures don't turn out or it doesn't quite look like the person until halfway through my drawings. But this one did turn out pretty well. I did start seeing him come to life once I added that mustache and that little soul patch underneath his lip. For his hair, I feel I did a better job on it than last week's video. Again, I had two reference photos, which one didn't really show the individual hairlines and stuff. But the second one, I was able to see the patterns of his hair. So it was nice to go back and forth between the two reference photos. I think I'm going to do that from now on. Try and find at least two versions of the same photo just to kind of see if there's differences that I can kind of pick up on. And here I started on the lighter half of his face, drawing his eyebrow and his eyes, or his eye. He doesn't have three eyes. And rumor has it that he really loves his pizza and ice cream, and those are my weaknesses, so we kind of have something in common. Not really, because I mean, who doesn't love pizza and ice cream, so I guess it's not that special. I'd like to think so. What is it about him and Ryan Reynolds that we love? They both give off this like egotistical persona, but we love it and we're here for it. I just think they're so funny and hilarious, and I love watching interviews with the two of them. Maybe I should draw Ryan Reynolds here soon. I can remember the first time I watched Iron Man, the first one. I was so enthralled by it. I knew nothing about the story or the hero, so I went in blind and was so amazed by the concept. And needless to say, I watched it like a gazillion times because I thought it was so cool. But here I am going in and mapping out his hair, trying to do what I learned in my hair video, where you start on the edges and then where it's darker, and then you move lighter towards the center, to kind of give that dimension that it's rounded, that his hair is rounded. I'm learning how to speak art, so I'm trying to get better at it, but I hope that made sense. And then here I just kind of went back in and darkened his hair up a little bit more. He did have some gray in his hair at the time of this photo, I believe, so it was a little bit lighter at some points. And I noticed that my shadowing was not quite as smooth on his neck. I'll work on that for next time. The last thing I did was go over any finishing touches just to kind of make it pop even more. And then here is the reveal. I am really proud of how this turned out. He just kind of pops off the page, and I love when that happens. I just get so happy. Job well done, I think, for me. You gotta pat yourself on the back sometimes, and for this picture, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. So thanks for stopping by my little corner of YouTube. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!